What's up, people? This is Adam Hunter. Hope you're doing well. Listen, I'm giving you another podcast today, okay? Only available on Rockfin, ROKFIN. Go to rockfin.com/Adam Hunter. Let everyone know how great these podcasts are. I will give you 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give you as many as I can per week, as humanly possible, because I'm very excited that you guys are endorsing me. Thank you. It's only $10 a month, and you get my stuff. You get Ben Askren stuff, you get Nick Diaz's stuff, you get Aaron Weinbaum stuff, you get all kinds of really cool stuff on Rockfin if you're a premium member, and it's totally worth it, and it's awesome, and it helps out the content creators like myself, and it helps, and they really take care of us to help it so that I can put out this stuff, all right? So it's awesome. I want to thank our sponsor, naturesoilsonline.com. Listen, a lot of people are hesitant to try hemp-derived CBD oil because they don't know where to start. There are so many different products and brands. It's hard to know what's right for you. I know. I mean, I'm getting inundated every day. There's a new CBD stuff. What do I do? Which one? Which is good? Well, listen. This family-owned business not only provides the highest quality U.S.-grown hemp-derived CBD products, but they also give personal guidance. They care about you guys. They're not just giving it to you to make a sale. They actually want to know and make sure that you're taking it right. That's awesome, okay? Their hemp is grown in the U.S. without the use of pesticides, and it's mixed with organic MCT coconut oil. And each batch is third-party lab tested for potency and purity, and the results are posted on their website. Yes, you can check them out. They have a variety of products, including full-spectrum or whole-plant hemp oil extract, hemp-derived isolate tinctures, hemp and emu oil pain balm, which is what I need, and full-spectrum CBD dog chews. My dog is happy. He's like Air Bud now. He's jumping around. He's like a puppy all over again. All their products are available on www.naturesoilsonline.com and include free shipping within the continental U.S. You can call them directly or ask questions, at 469-525-3131. And you can also place an order through them, 469-525-3131. And they're offering our listeners a 10% discount off their already reasonable prices. When calling or checking out online, enter or mention the discount code ADAM10 to get a 10% off your total purchase, okay? Just go to naturesoilsonline.com, and they're good people. Really, really good people. Also, Speedweed. Listen, marijuana is legal in California, and you should not have to leave your house to get it. No, you shouldn't have to. They will deliver it right to you. You go to the dispensary. It's a pain in the ass. You got gas. You got this. You got that. I have a little baby in my house. I got to put her in the baby seat. She starts crying, and then I'm not taking my kid to a dispensary. It's a pain in the ass. It's not good, okay? But they will take care of it. They will deliver it right to you at Speedweed. Go to speedweed.com, speedweed.com. They got the best marijuana. They got great CBD. They got THC sex lube, whatever you need, they'll take it right to you. They have CBD gum, CBD coffee, CBD sparkling water, marijuana water. They got you covered, guys. They got you covered. So go to speedweed.com, mention Roasted. You get $10 off, $100 or more. Today we're going to talk to Elias Theodorou, who is fighting on May 4th, as well as this little adorable Thai badass little fighter, Nguyen, Binguyen. I think I'm pronouncing it right, but she's awesome. She's a friend of mine. She's cool. She's hot, sexy, and she won her last fight in Ryzen by first round stoppage a couple weeks ago. So I'm excited to talk to her. Let's talk to Elias right now.
Trap sons and trap dansen. Түүний сонсдог хөгжмөөр булан. Даадar стуулан дур була мууруулаа. I'm a young trap man. And you both don't know not to say. Trap, I'm dead serious.
Hello, this is Elias Theodorou.
Yes, it is, my man. What's up?
How are you, man? I had Derek Brunson on 2 days ago. Now I got you. This is great.
Oh, tremendous.
How's it going?
Oh, a little better now with me.
Of course. Yeah, are you ready? May 4th, fighting in Canada, right?
Hell yeah. May the 4th be with you as well, my friend. But I was really excited. Yeah, fighting what's called in Ottawa, which is our nation's capital. So really excited to, kick some ass on the home soil.
How many times have you fought in Canada?
Now you're asking me to do the numbers thing? Adding is not my thing. But
right.
I'd say this will be my 20th professional fight. About 10 of them have been in Canada in general, and 5 of those in the UFC. So about 5 UFC fights in Canada.
And you've never lost in Canada, right?
never lost in Canada. Actually, the only places I have lost is in Vegas. So I've been lucky everywhere but Vegas.
Nice. And those even those losses were very close losses. Those could have went your way.
Yeah, and very close losses, and one of them was to Thiago Santos, who is fighting John Jones for the belt. So, oops.
How do you think that fight goes?
Obviously, John Jones is the greatest of all time in, his ability, in his just dominance as a champion, in his obviously confidence. But Thiago's that wild card, you know what I mean? If he presses forward, and obviously now not being depleted at 155 or 185, and he actually did 170 a couple times, I believe, as well too. So not being depleted, he's an animal. Like what we saw with him versus any of his fights, they're chaos, and and it makes it even more. It makes it more even kind of a win in its own right. Obviously, I didn't win against him. I lost the decision, but the fact that I was able to go to decision and be one of the only fighters or only fights that he's ever gone to decision, win or lose, it really puts things in perspective. The guy hits like a fucking truck, and if anyone can do it, possibly be him.
Was that the hardest you ever been hit?
I'd say that the hardest overall, like in regards to like just the collectively, like he just kicked, punched everywhere, right? And even to the point where like after the fight, I peed what's called like not necessarily blood, but like it was dark because like obviously I like the bruise in my body and whatnot was like leaking out. So yes, he hits hard.
Wow. Now your last fight, like you're one of those guys that everyone always picks you to lose. Everyone's always like, every single fight, everyone's like, oh, Elias going to lose this fight. And I always tell these people, I said, listen, you don't understand. This dude's got cardio for days, and he's very awkward. He's deceptively awkward and skillful, where he wins fights that it's hard to train for guys like you.
No, I'd say there's definitely something to that. I think martial arts and, combat sports has a pattern. And one of the things that I think I've been successful at is making my pattern not a pattern. So people are able to understand body language throughout the fight. And, obviously there's a preparation where, there's certain tells, there's certain, styles that everyone brings, and you plan for that. And I think the fact that there's not really much planning you can do with mine is a great tool in my toolbox. And like you said, I have cardio for days, and I think this is even like, this camp was even better than the camps before it, and I'm looking forward to come back even stronger and even more confident. I think Darren Brunson presents a great task hand. He's a tough individual. He's going to try to knock my block off, but I'm going to show him the difference between chess and checkers.
Now, are you training over at TriStar?
Yes, I am.
Have you been training with GSP at all?
Yeah, well, what better person to start off as instructor every single Monday. He's like the coach for the whole pro team on Mondays and a couple of days of the week. He's may not be fighting anymore, but he's always learning and always sharing his knowledge of martial arts. And who better to have your wrestling classes in the morning than the best one of the best wrestlers to ever do it.
Now, last time I saw you, actually before that, you always have this little guy with you who looks like Ben Shapiro. He's like this little nerdy guy, but he is a wizard when it comes to combat sports. Yes. He is one of these guys
Lachlan, shout out to Lachlan.
Yeah, kind of like if you had like a superhero would have like a little nerdy friend that tells him what to do, where you be the superhero, but the nerdy friend is like the guy playing the key. Like I don't think he ever fought himself, or maybe he does jiu-jitsu. But he's just an idiot savant when it comes to fighting. Do you still have that guy in your corner?
Well, he's almost the smartest guy in the room in any capacity, no matter what the conversation is. Lachlan's a very interesting cat, and I've had him in my corner as a coach and as a friend for many years. And he's a very interesting cat, like you said. And whether it's talking jiu-jitsu, talking MMA in general, talking abstract art, or politics of any country, he's got a grasp on a lot of things. And it's he's actually here. We're I'm in Montreal right now, and tomorrow, I don't know if you know this, is 420, and for my people, what's it called? It is a national holiday, so
Nice.
there's actually a hash, a hash seminar that we're all going to, and Lachlan's a part of it, and setting it all up. It's a quite famous, actually. It's a quite famous like hash expert, master. His name's Frenchy Canoli. It's going to be a really cool event, so I'm really excited to go to it. But yeah, speaking of the devil, Lachlan's in town, and it's always a great time to have him around.
Yeah, if I were Brunson, I would kidnap that guy. Because I feel like
exactly. Well, anyone.
Because I feel like you're gonna lose your powers if you don't have that guy with you. Like you don't even.
It's like yes. It's not physically Samson. Like my power isn't really my hair. It's just the guy next to me.
Now I asked him if it would be like the WWE where loser shaves his head match. He said he wouldn't want to see you with a bald head, but
no one would.
Yeah. But would you be open to doing that or no?
No, because he doesn't have hair. What do I get out of this?
That's a good point.
I'm just going to win. I'm going to win and then be 8th in the world and then take it from there. Hair and all.
How much weed are you smoking?
Well, I vaporize, right? So, like, all truth be told, I have what's called bilateral neuropathic pain. So I basically have nerve damage in my upper extremities, and I use cannabis to medicate in regards to pain management. So again, instead of using the traditional medicine, the first-line medicines like opioids or antidepressants or SSRIs or any of the other heavy-duty drugs I'm being forced currently to take, I opt out to use medical cannabis instead, because in Canada, healthcare is a fundamental right. So I am fundamentally bestowed the right to medicate as chosen by my medical doctor. So that's something I'm fighting for, not only obviously fighting someone like Brunson May 4th, which I'm really excited for, but I'm also continuing my fight for a therapeutic use exemption that will allow me to medicate as mentioned and as prescribed by my medical doctor. And, I'm hoping this will set precedent not only for myself, but all other athletes to medicate as they should choose and as their own medical practitioner should choose.
I love it. Well, listen, as a guy who smokes weed too and takes CBD, I'm right there with you, man. Definitely, especially CBD, because it seems like after I do train, I take CBD and I feel a lot better, like instantly. So
yeah, well, again, one important thing to understand with CBDs, whether it's CBD, THC, they're all cannabinoids, right? And we have cannabinoid receptors. We have cannabinoid receptors in our body that they already know that we have. And the best way to describe that, think of your spine as the highway for the information in your body. And all the different exits are literally just that, the exits of the information that are going through your nervous system. And when there is a crash or any type of blockage, that's usually in the aspect of inflammatory properties, right? So cannabis is actually, because again, we have cannabinoid receptors in our body, so we can actually recept the cannabis and actually put it, our body actually puts it in the affected areas and uses the anti-inflammatory properties. And that's what the whole process of cannabis is. And again, the fact that we have cannabinoid receptors is the reason why we can't actually overdose from cannabis. In order to actually overdose from cannabis, you have to actually smoke 2.5 times your body weight. So I'm currently sitting at 210. I would have to smoke 420 pounds of cannabis in order to have a quote-unquote overdose. Whereas something like an opioid or a painkiller or something like that, they hack the system. We don't actually have those receptors. They are actually just hacking our serotonin, hacking our dopamine, et cetera, and forcing our body in a direction rather than what cannabis does. And it just illustrates the difference between the first-line medicines that pharmaceuticals push down our throats versus something like cannabis or CBD that's a much more natural choice.
Got it. So you're walking around 210. So you got to lose 25 pounds in 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's about right. What's it called? It's no different than every single time that I've fought. My body just knows what's up. I'm basically like anywhere between 210 and 208. I kind of like woke up at 208 this morning. And then once you hit under 210, the body starts understanding, and then it'll start chipping away just because, again, I'm starting to pull a little bit of the carbohydrates. Once I get about 205, my body knows the deal. Once I'm at just under 200, when I start waking up at 199, it really knows the deal, and then it's just the light at the end of the tunnel.
That's, dude, I don't miss those days at all. I used to lose 25 pounds.
Yeah, fair enough.
20 pounds a week. And wrestling in high school and college, that was the worst. But I mean, I guess you have 3 weeks to do it, but that's hard. It's really hard.
But like you said, I have my Lachlan in my corner, so he'll be doing the heavy lifting.
Right, of course. Now, being a ring boy in Invicta, you know what kind of sucks?
Trademark included.
Yeah, you know what kind of sucks is that you have a girlfriend still or no? A fiance?
Yes, I do. Yep, pretty much. Yep, both, if you will.
Now, that's got to take the fun out of being a ring boy, because I would assume if you're a ring boy, you could just go up there, hold up a number, look in the crowd, see what girls are looking at you, and then boom, that Kansas City that night, you're going to have fun. But having a girlfriend...
Sorry, go on.
But having a girlfriend or a fiance, doesn't that kind of ruin it?
Well, yes and no. It depends on what your prerogative is. In some ways... I'm looking at it as a business opportunity to differentiate myself as a professional fighter and professional ring card holder for Invicta, and I also have the pleasure of working at BTC and MFL as well. So I'm actually the ring card holder for quite a few promotions.
Oh,
so
wow.
Again, with that being said, I own the trademark, and I'm having fun with it always. I have the best seats in the house as a professional fighter and fan first, and I've gotten to know the whole Invicta team as well, and they're amazing people, and I love having the opportunity to watch the sport that I love, front and center, and take part of it, in my own way, and obviously, even beyond that, and even beyond myself in general, I always try to bring I always try to add, not subtract from a Great Night of Fights. And what I mean by that is nothing but respect. And I'm there to support the athletes and my fellow ring card holders in the profession. And I would be nothing more than a gentleman. And do me.
Oh, dude, shut
definitely,
up. This is
calendars in the works.
This is complete.
And there will be actually open casting for other fighters if they want to join the calling and be on on account themselves. Who wouldn't love to see a Black Beast for July?
Elias, you're so full of shit, man. When I met you, you were like banging so many bachelorettes. You were a wild man. Okay, you were being like hooking up with 3-4 girls a night and threesomes, and now you're like, I own the trademark, and this is all for the betterment of mankind. What is this nonsense? Come on, man.
Hey, man. Hey, what's it called? Best of both worlds. What can I say? You have your fun, and then I had my fun.
Of course, right? Okay, all right. Now, when you're up there, are any girls whistling at you, or any guys getting mad at you?
Yeah, fair enough. No, actually, it's funny. Sometimes, I get in many ways, I get a larger reaction because it's different, right?
Right.
So, especially if there's a couple of drinks going through, the ladies in the crowd definitely roar. And there's been a couple of times where a couple of guys will with their liquid courage will start booing, and the girls will cheer even louder and louder. And what's it called? May or may not keep requesting for me to drop the pants too, but I keep it classy.
Oh, girls are always saying, "Show us your dick."
I don't know about that, but what's it called? More or less, a little more is always, if less is more, I think how much more is what they're trying to imply. But it's nothing more than a good time of fun. And again, it's a great experience to be a part of a great night of fights, and it's always a pleasure to have the best seat in the house and to do something that I in many ways with the great team that helped put together the whole it coming together in the event itself in regards to Invicta, but also my team that I have that is helped put together the Invicta, not the Invicta, but the Ring Boy almost what's called video itself. I was able to do something that I never thought in my wildest dreams would kind of become what it is, and couldn't be more proud about it, and couldn't be more excited for many Invicta appearances and parts in the future.
Because I asked Brunson. I said if he loses to a ring boy, is it gonna be hard like in like the hood when he goes to the barbershop? And he said maybe. He actually said that might be a real thing. So
Brian Brunson's an interesting cat. What's it called? Definitely, it's been. I'm big into understanding as much as I can about my opponent. So it's one of those things where it's always interesting to hear what he says and hear, kind of see how he, presents himself as a fighter and beyond. And I'm really excited to fight him. But no, I totally understand why it would suck getting your ass kicked by a ring boy, both past and present.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. Well, listen, Elias, thanks for taking the time to be on the podcast. May 4th. I can't wait to watch it. I'm a fan of both you guys. You guys are both awesome. It's gonna be a great fight, man. I'm really proud of you, man. I've watched you grow. Like I said, like when I met you, you weren't engaged. You were this wild man guy. You were on the
definitely
on the cover of romance novels.
But no, man, it's been great. Obviously, I just celebrated my 5th year in the UFC and looking for at least 5 more. So really excited for what the future entails. But in the meantime, may the 4th be with you too.
Nice. Well, keep up the great work. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, brother. Always a pleasure, man.
Always. Hello, is this B?
Hello, how are you? Finally speaking to you.
I know. How's it going?
I am good. It's good. I just landed. I just can't get away from flight these days.
Yeah, you were in Japan, right?
I was not in Japan. I just came from Manila. Hold on one second.
Sure.
Yeah. This call, and I feel like I interrupted a conversation. Okay, so yeah, I just came from Manila last week.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and you got a huge win over in Rising. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Was this your first round stoppage?
I'm sorry?
Was this the first time you won in the first round by stoppage?
Yeah, this is my first round finish.
Nice. I mean, that's got to feel good.
It was crazy. I mean, it just was. I didn't think it was over. I was still ready to go, but when he said it was over, I was a little in shock. I don't know if you saw my reaction. I was like, oh my God, it's done. All right, let's do this. I was a little in shock.
I know. I was super proud of you. That whole card was very intense. It was a huge Rising card, and that was an awesome card. Just to be a part of. It
was a good card. I thought that I didn't know how well it was going to do because the Tokyo card prior was so big that I was worried about the card, but there were so many knockouts, so many freaking fight of the centuries on our card. It was amazing.
Well, congratulations. Now, did everyone there think that you were Filipino?
Yeah, everybody thought when I was in Thailand, everybody spoke Thai to me. When I was in Manila, everybody spoke Tagalog to me. But I speak a little Tagalog because I studied it in high school.
And what exactly are you?
I'm sorry?
And what nationality are you? I know you're American, but before that.
I'm Vietnamese. Yeah, I'm Vietnamase American.
Vietnamese, yes.
Yeah.
You're very, very adorable, by the way. Every time I see you, you're always with the karate hottie. And you two together are just like, you guys look like sisters. And you're
I actually just landed in Albuquerque to surprise her. She has no idea I'm here.
Oh, really? You're going to surprise her?
Yeah, I'm just going to show up at her door, and, yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, you look good. I'm looking at pictures of you just mounting this girl, just punching her in the face. I mean, MMA has not come easy for you. You've had some ups and downs, and was this a way for you to kind of just let it all out?
Yeah, I think that it's been a weird ride for me. A lot of emotional roller coasters, and the last year especially was so rough for me in my MMA career and my personal life. But now I think that I'm to the point where I've never felt so relaxed in my life in fight week. I was so relaxed. I was just having fun, just taking it all in. So I think this is the new me. I think this is KOB 2.0. I'm not feeling any questions. I'm just having fun.
Now, why was it so crazy with your personal life in this last year? What happened?
My dad passed away, and yeah, that was rougher on me than I thought. I'm kind of the type of person that's like when shit happens, I roll with the punches and I keep it moving. So I kind of did that with my dad passing. but it showed in my career, obviously, with the losses and losing the world championship belt in that fashion. Also, obviously, it showed that I didn't mourn like I should have. So I took the time off after the last King of the Cage match, and it did wonders.
Now, what happened on Survivor? Did you win Survivor? Did you lose? What place did you come in?
No, I didn't win Survivor. I'm not a millionaire, to tell you. It was what happened on Survivor was so bizarre. So I tore my MCL 2 months before Survivor. Went on Survivor. I was like so adamant. I had so much pride in the physical challenges, and my tribe that I was on, they relied on me physically a lot on the challenges, and I got hurt. I sprained my MCL, and I chose to leave because I didn't want to injure myself again.
Good.
Because I valued my career, you know?
Hell yeah. You're a very attractive girl, very, very sweet, very fun. I remember I seeing you at the dive bar.
Adam?
No, you are. You're adorable. You're an adorable little girl. Which is good. This is I always see you with the karate hottie. You guys are always together. I feel like you're like her like wing girl, but like she's married. So you guys are always together. Do you have a boyfriend now or no?
Nope, I'm single.
How are you single?
I've been single for like 4 years, 5 years.
No, okay, why?
Crazy. I don't know. I date. I try, but my career is. I don't know. I'm busy. I'm busy. I travel a lot, and I'm not settling. So.
Come on, all right, now.
I guess I don't prioritize it.
I mean, are you on Tinder or Bumble, or do you go on dates?
You know what's funny about Tinder? I have a story about that. So I never wanted to go on Tinder, right? I was like, nah, fuck that. I won't go on Tinder. They just hook up. I'm not doing that. And then I finally broke down like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, forget it. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a profile. I go sign up for Tinder. Then I find out I got banned for fraudulent, identity theft or something. So apparently I'm banned from Tinder because people have been stealing my pictures off online and making a bunch of profiles.
Oh, my God.
So I'm sitting here with a phone in my hand in a very vulnerable state, and I'm like, but I am who I am.
That's ridiculous. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So no Tinder for me.
That is so funny.
And I don't plan on calling them and disputing it. I think it's just not meant to be.
I guess. Might as well. Now, you're 1-1 against the crazy Asian. Do you want a rematch against her?
That'd be great. That'd be cool. I'm not hell-bent over it. I'm just, there's so many more people to fight.
Yeah.
But at that, I had in the King of the Cage, I had 2 rematches, and both were world titles. Because we don't have that many girls at our size in the promotion at that time to fight. But now, being at 1, there's so many women to fight at high caliber, and so I'm not crazy about it. So if it comes up, I'm definitely down.
Have they offered you another fight in 1 or no?
I'm sorry?
Have they offered you another fight in 1? Have they said to you?
We are actually. It's a really big fight for me. It's we're bringing MMA to my home country in Vietnam. Well, not MMA. We're bringing on one show, so it will be a kickboxing show in Vietnam. Because MMA is not yet legal in my home country, but we're going to do everything we can to bring a show to Vietnam so I can represent, and that's exactly what One is working on right now. So
nice.
We're looking at September in Vietnam.
Wow, that's amazing. How's your kickboxing?
Yeah. It's good. I want to get back to it. I started in Muay Thai. I had 11 amateur Muay Thai fights, around 11, 12, I don't know. But I'm excited to get back to it. It'll be a good time.
Now, where did you grow up?
From Vietnam. I was born in Vietnam. Then we went to Oakland, California, and then I spent most of my life in Texas.
And your parents took you from Vietnam to Oakland? What? Because that was the most dangerous place they could think of?
It's not as dangerous as where we came from. But, it was actually San Jose first, and then we went to Oakland. But, yeah, the Bay Area.
Why did they move?
The Asian Mecca. They moved from Vietnam?
Yeah, how come?
We're refugees. So my dad fought for the South in Vietnam, so we were just waiting for our approval to come to America, and we got the whole family. So
Wow.
that's when we came. Yeah.
And what do your parents think about you fighting?
My dad was all for it. He's been watching boxing for a long time. He was all for it. And my mom is she just prays for hours on end the fight week. And I don't know, it's probably not ideal for her, but now she knows how much I love it. And she just prays I win and doesn't get hurt. She's supportive.
Oh, my. All right. So then, and how old were you when you moved from Oakland to Texas?
I was 15. And I moved by myself. It was crazy.
You went by yourself to Texas?
Yeah, I just left home. I ran away from home and went to Texas. I had a friend in Texas, so I've always been a brave person. Not always worked out for me, but yeah, I just decided to leave home and ended up in Texas.
Why'd you run away?
Huh?
Why did you run away?
I don't know. Why do teenagers run away? I was lost and trying to find my way and wanted to do it by myself and wanted to leave home. There was a lot of things going on, but I think mostly I was just looking for myself.
So you didn't finish high school?
I went to Texas and forged my own papers and finished it in Texas.
Wow. And who did you stay with?
I stayed with a friend. The same friend I had when I went over.
Wait, so you're in Oakland, you're mad at your parents, they're from Vietnam, they're very strict. You probably become Americanized. You're drinking, you're smoking weed, probably partying. You're like, fuck this, I'm out of here. I'm moving to Texas.
No.
Is that what happened?
I give you details because your imagination is we should make a movie about that. It's not that interesting, I don't think. No, I didn't. I wasn't smoking or drinking. I wasn't mad at my parents. I was just like, what is the rest of the world about, and who am I, and where do I belong? And I had this friend who was like, hey, you need to come check out Houston. And, yeah, so I just went, and then I never went back.
And your parents were cool with that, with you leaving the house at 15?
No, of course not. They were upset. They didn't know why. They lost touch with me for a while. Yeah, of course not. No parents want to lose their kids, but they knew I was always brave and crazy. I've always been since I was little.
You're also 4'11". You're 100 pounds. What kind of, was it some weird creepy guy friend that was like, hey, get in my van, and you end up in Texas?
No.
Were you kidnapped?
That was a girlfriend. It was a girlfriend. I was just hiding where I was, and I went and fell in love with Houston and stayed.
Wow.
And I think too, sometimes when you make mistakes, it's hard to go back to it and face it, especially as a teenager. So I just wanted to make it work where I was at, and didn't want to come home until I had something good to present when I went home, which was a mistake, because then you find out later, you're like, shit, your parents love you anyway, but that's why I just stayed. I was like, I'm going to make this work.
So when did you start fighting?
I started fighting at 21 after I got out of a really abusive relationship.
All right, so you meet a guy in Texas. He
Uh-huh.
he beats you up. He's being an asshole. He's throwing you around. You're like, fuck that. I got to learn how to defend myself. You walk into a gym and take a class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just did a class, and then the trainer was like, damn, you're pretty good. You should train to fight. And then a couple months later, I'm fighting, got addicted, and haven't stopped ever since.
Wow. That's amazing. And then how'd you end up in Albuquerque?
I was actually in California, and I was looking for a gym, like an MMA gym, and my friend and mentor at the time, Cup Swanson, was like, you need to come check out Jackson's. Like, I was just looking for a good fit. So he sent me to Jackson's, and he introduced me to Michelle, who has been my idol forever in fighting. But he introduced me and Michelle, and I just clicked. Like, we were just meant to be friends. And
wow.
The rest is history.
This is crazy. This is all crazy.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Your podcast is definitely not enough time.
Now, why aren't you in the? I know you're in Rising, which is awesome, but I would think you would do well in that Combate tournament with all those little angry Latin girls.
I was in King of the Cage, and I wanted to go to Combate because that Kira Batara girl wanted to fight me a bunch of times, but I was contracted with King of the Cage, and they just would not allow the fight to happen. They had turf war action. I don't know. The owner of Combate was like, no, she fights on our promotion if they want to fight, and then King of the Cage was like, no, she so Kira's gonna have to come over here if they want to fight, and so it just never happened. And then now I'm in Asia and contracted, so
Got it.
I don't know when that's ever gonna happen, but she definitely has wanted to fight me for a long time.
Yeah, Kira calls out all the girls. She wants to fight
Yeah,
everybody.
she does. Does she have issues finding fights?
Yeah, well, she's supposed to fight Angela Magana, and then Magana got into a coma and just got out of the coma, which is good.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Damn. I hope she's okay.
She is.
Kira's not my friend Paulina. Kira's a cocky little thing, but she's really good, so she backs it up. But, yeah, she's a cocky young girl.
Yeah. No, they all don't like her. All those little girls from San Diego don't like Kira. I like Kira, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be confident in sport. You know?
So how old are you now? You're 30?
Fuck you. I'm 29.
All right, you're 29. You're in your
don't wish that on me.
You're in your sexual peak. You're looking for a man. And by the way, if you guys don't know, this is Killer B. I'm talking to Killer B right now. By the way, she's kicking ass. She's 4'11", 105 pounds. You fight at 105?
I'm fighting at 115 now.
And what do you walk around at?
130, 135.
Yeah, you get a little doughy. I'm kidding.
You little shit.
I'm kidding.
I'm Asian though. We have good legs, no abs.
You do. You have thick legs. Like you could be like a running back in like the NFL. I mean, you have like really like strong legs. Like damn.
Like just think of Moana.
Think of Moana? What's that?
The cartoon.
Oh,
you have a kid now. You need to know these things.
I will. I know. We need a baby. I don't know if my wife would let you babysit. I think you're like too cute. My wife would be like, no.
No, I'm a great babysitter. I have baby fever since I was like 11.
Well, next time you're in LA, if you need a place to stay, you could be our babysitter. We really do need a good nanny for real. No, not in like a creepy way.
For sure.
Now I see you're with a picture on Instagram. You have like a bunch of little black girls running around you. Are those? Did you and Hanato get together? Are those you and Hanato's kids? Or what happened?
Did you say Hanato?
Yeah, Hanato Laranja. I know you're his type.
Hanato has slid into my DMs a few times.
Oh.
I've actually never met him in person.
You guys would really hit it off. Trust me. You guys, but I know he's really.
Would we?
Yes. Oh, hey, I see you training. You're also training with wrestling shoes on. That's pretty cool. How come you have wrestling shoes on?
Who trains with wrestling shoes on?
You. I'm like watching you kick pads with wrestling shoes on.
Oh yeah, it was conditioning because we did wrestling also. It was a conditioning circuit that we did.
Oh, that's badass.
It was like fight simulation. Yeah, it was sick. Thailand was good. One of the best fight camps I've had.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking at you in Thailand. That's awesome.
Huh?
Now, were you like a giant in Thailand? Were people looking? Were you like Shaq over there?
No, but I had a lot of eye contact, which is not usual in America. I'm usually looking up to people, but I definitely got to look at people in their eyes. That felt good.
I like it.
It's kind of boring though.
Really? Why?
And there's no bookstores.
There's no bookstores in Thailand, really?
No, there's no bookstores. They're like relaxed island life, you know? And then like if you meet somebody, I'm like starting to talk about politics, or I'll talk about, I don't know, social experiences or different philosophies, and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, we don't want to talk about that.
Well, yeah.
I didn't really click with the island people.
You know what I like about you though is that you're always wearing like you're a very obviously attractive girl, but you're also classy. Like my daughter, I want her to dress like you when she's older.
Thanks.
But like, because like
Thanks.
you do like you wear these shirts that they're kind of revealing, like they show your cleavage, but they're not like they're not pasties. You know what I'm saying? It's like you.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually kind of cool. Like it's like
I think being conscious of that is like a responsibility of mine. You know, I have so many people looking at me. But also, it's more gratifying if you have a guy check you out and you're like fully clothed, as opposed to otherwise.
Yeah, no, that's like like even like the Cajun, which I like, but like you could see you could see what she ate for breakfast and stuff. I mean, she's just like.
You're such a shithead. I forgot what kind of podcast I was getting on.
No, I'm saying, I mean, Like if she has a yeast
true,
infection,
true.
you know it from her pictures. I'm just saying, like, which I'm not saying she does,
Yeah.
but I'm saying if she did.
But she's confident in her skin, and I'm confident in my clothes, So
Yeah.
I mean, to each his own.
Right. I'm just saying.
To each his own. Me and her have had quite a history.
What's the history?
Oh, you don't know?
Well, I know you
The
guys
whole,
fought. I
like-
know you guys fought twice.
Yeah, we fought twice, and then like we were friends, and then she called me a backstabber because I took a fight against her, and it was this whole thing, and then she taught me out in a really dramatic way for the second fight, and it was a whole thing. It was a lot. I'm surprised you didn't catch it.
I don't know. I knew there was beef, but I didn't know exactly what it was about.
Yeah.
I know you guys are
Yeah.
both fun, cool little Asian girls. So I like
Cool
it.
relationship. Has she been on your podcast?
Yeah, she's been on a bunch of times. Yeah, she's cool.
She's
cool.
a funny one.
She is. She's wild.
She's hilarious.
She's cool. But
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah, but she's nice. I support you guys because you guys back it up. You guys are not just like.
Yeah.
You guys do the work.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see you.
Yeah.
You're always training. Always training.
Yeah. It's a lot, Everybody, especially when I started fighting, everybody was like, she's not going to be good. Even girl fighters are like, she's taking all these model pictures. She's more worried about looking good than being good. And I'm like, yeah, I got to really, really prove that wrong.
Now, there's a picture with you and Tisha Torres. You guys are both in your bathing suits, hugging. Was this before
Oh, yeah.
she came out of the closet or after, or did you notice?
It was before. She didn't even know she was in the closet. So everything happened really organically for Tisha. We've been friends forever. Like,
Right.
before she went on Tough. We were really close then before she went on Tough. And she dated one of my guy friends. And for Tisha, it was really like what you saw happening was exactly what happened. It wasn't like she was hiding it. Like she hadn't known she was gay for a while and it came out. It just happened.
Right. Well, I mean, there's still hope for her to come back. So,
You want her to come? Are you waiting on it?
as long as she's happy, I don't care what she is. I'm married. What do I care? And
That's right. Your wife is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I have yet to meet her though.
Oh yeah, you'll meet her. Well, listen,
Yeah.
B,
Yeah.
you're awesome, Killer B. I'm a fan for life. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Hopefully one day you'll roast me. That's when I know I'll make it.
I will. Coming
That's
up.
when you know you made it. Is when Adam roasts you.
Coming up. Thanks, B. Thanks for doing the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Trap sonsen, trap dansen. Түүний сонсдог хөгжим дур булаан. Даадаж дуулан дур булаа мууруулаа.